and only facts. And honestly, I'm just hearing about this matter, not aware of it. I will need to investigate. I will need to make appropriate contact with that committee, get the gist of the investigation, and also talk to the leadership of the Senate, who as of now, I can't say anything about it. I'm sorry about that, because I was not telling you what is not correct.
Okay, sir.
I have not been in Abuja. For those of you who know me very well, I have not been around for some time. In fact, it was aware. I wanted the media to be briefed on Tuesday. I was only at that schedule to get committee members to do the briefing on my behalf. Call Senator Obazani, call my deputy, Senator Godia. The favorably we go to Fayuba and all that. I don't know. So I have not been around, and let me tell you, I have been extremely busy that I didn't even have the time to check my internet at all. That's the truth. So I cannot, you don't expect me, just because I have to, you don't expect me to come here and give any correct thing. That's it. I don't have anything to say about this story. I need to conduct my own investigation, find out, then I will brief you on it.
Last question, please.
Even aside from those in defense, which we know at some point the matter will border on the issue of national security, but almost all of the committees yesterday, ecology, public accounts,
remarks that we will try as much as possible to open up the activities of the Senate to the media, because we are the only one who can, we are the vehicle through which we can convey our activities to the public. There's no other way to do it. And I have said that we will liaise with all the committees of the Senate to make sure that they constantly brief you about their activities. I've already said that. We're going to do that. But on the issue of the budget defense, I just attended the session now on diaspora and NGOs. And I know that even currently now, as we speak, there are other people who are defending their budget. Two committees are holding budget defense. Honestly, we had that meeting in the office of the chairman of that committee. There's no way we will accommodate. Even a lot of the staff of the ministry could not even have any seat to sit. It's not that they want to shroud these things in secrecy, but also, let us face it, serious issues of budget, defense, thinking with figures, looking at the figures, ratifying them, looking at them, adjusting here and there. It's not necessarily have to be, because have to be open to the media. What I mean is that, what I'm saying, it's not secrecy, but they need to do serious work. If I want to write a paper now, I want to do a serious intellectual work now, will I be doing it in the clear of the cameras? No. And I want us to believe that it's a serious matter, that they don't need to play with the gallery, and you know that when the press is present in any particular position, the thinking and the attitude of people begin to change because they know the media is there covering. But when you want to discuss things seriously, genuinely, factually, it is better to do it behind closed doors. Wait, please wait. Please wait. Can you let me land? Wait, let me land. You have not even allowed me to land. We can call in. For example, the press can be called in. The opening introductions made, a lot of the other matters looked at, but sometimes, depending on the committee, the nitty-gritties, they may need to have their privacy to do it. And at the end of the day, call the press to say, okay, this is what we have done. What is the difference between that? If a committee meets and is able just for you to do a thorough job without the cameras beaming any light on them, and they are able to look at, and they are able to do a thorough job, they look at it dispassionately, they can then call in the press again. And we are going to encourage that and say, this is exactly what we have done. This is what they brought. But this is what we have done. It's not secrecy. But for you, you want the committees to be doing everything in your presence. I don't think it is proper. I'm sorry to say. But they need to brief you thereafter to say this is what we have done. That is not secrecy. It's not. The budget was prepared without the press being there. This budget that the president came to read was prepared in volumes without the press being there. Were you there? But then it was brought to the public at the end. So when a budget defense is being conducted, it can be done behind closed doors. But whatever has been done the press needs to be briefed, and that's it. And I think that is clear enough. Sorry about that. I think that is clear enough. Yeah. Secret about these things, the whole papers are available. But like the one I just attended now, we are looking at things depending item by item. You couldn't have been doing that in the presence of the press. But I will even encourage the chairman of that committee to now call you later and say, this is what happened, this is what we did. And I'm going to pass information to the chairman of the various committees to do the same. Bring the press on whatever they have done. They cannot be waiting for the press or inviting you for all these things. It's not easy. You yourself will be running a task getter. You will not even have time for all the committees. But I will encourage. Okay, you have the time. And I want to commend you for that. But we will encourage them to brief you on whatever has been done at their various committees. There is no secrecy there. The budget was prepared. The volumes have been submitted to all senators. We are checking them, and everybody is looking at the various items in the MDAs before them, and they are looking at it dispassionately to see. You see, these things need. If a group of people sat down and wrote that budget, which is in very, very high volumes, and you want to look at it, to examine it, I don't think something should be doing the full glare on the press. No. Otherwise, you will be brought to the gallery. Otherwise, the committee can come and say, why do you want to spend so much on so? Just for the sake of the press. Let us look at it dispassionately, and at the end of the day, we can come and brief you. It's like you want to be marking a script. Somebody has written exam. You want to mark a script and you call everybody to I'm marking the paper. What's the need for that? But at the end, the result will come out. People will see what mark we awarded for different sections, which I think is fair enough. But for us, yes. So that's it.
Is the Senate not trying to shield the executive?
We are not cheating. How can we cheat the executive? We are not cheating the executive. There's no. Cover chief executive. No, that's not correct. It's not correct. Otherwise, there will be no budget defense at all. We are not. We are not trying to cheat the executive. In fact, we said everybody should come and defend their budget. And at the end of the day, everything that has happened will be made known to the press. And I take it upon myself also to inform you that this committee, we at the end of the day look at all the work that the various committees have done, because we collect, we bring all their, they will submit their reports to us, and we address you on it. And you can ask questions. And we can bring the various chairmen to also sit at various times to brief you on what they have done.
We're just a little worried that since we're in the era of integrity and transparency,
inaugurated, and we've assured you that we are going to be very open and very accountable. That is why there is this committee at all. And it is important for us to always open our minds to see an issue as clearly as it should be. All of you are very educated, and you know, even by the jobs you are doing, that in governance there is a oath of secrecy, isn't it? So why was it institutionalized?
It has been taken over by.
No. Let's not trivialize issues. Even in your offices where you work, there's a sense of responsibility. And it includes, for instance, dealing with some matters under closed doors. It is true. Nobody's shielding anything. The chairman has made a point. And I decided to speak because I was looking at some of your faces. And it seemed as though it wasn't sinking. There is nothing secret about whatever is going on here. Sometimes you need to do your job without distractions. And whether you people like it or not, there is a psychology about the press just being in your face. What is critical is that all the issues discussed, will be put before the press. You have access to the budget yourselves. If there is any tinkering, if there's any re-engineering for the good of the people, you will see, you will compare notes. At the end of the day, the press will be briefed appropriately. And whatever you need to know, you will ask us, and we'll brief you. There is no secrecy here at all. We're working together with you for the good of our country.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It is that they can work with you, work with you being present in the room. Why not? They can do it. They are free. This is the decision of each and every committee. We are only saying that where you have not been invited, the reason probably is because these people want to do a thorough job behind closed doors. They don't want the distraction. They don't want any distractions. That must be the reason. But where you are invited, I'm sure some of them must have invited you to the budget defense sessions. If they are free to go to do so, please don't quote me. It's not a policy of the 9th Senate. I am only trying to explain why some committees may not feel too comfortable to have you in the room where they are discussing. Please get it right. It's not a policy of the 9th Senate. It's not. Some may feel free to work in your presence, even ask you to be bring your camera on their papers. Some may feel comfortable with that. They are free to do so. So that's just to clarify the matter. Thank you for asking that question, so that you don't go in the wrong impression. Thank you very much. I think with that, we bring this session to a close. Thank you very much.